I'm a single mom, and the first year with my daughter, Chloe, was difficult. To survive the chaos, we created strict nightly rules. The most important one was her lullaby. Every night for the last 5 years, the routine never changed. A glass of water, a tuck-in, and the old folk song Hushaby, Dolly. We sing the same melody, same rhythm, same off-key note in the third verse that always made her laugh. She believed it kept the monsters away. About a month ago, something changed. Something only a tired parent would notice. Chloe stopped getting into bed before I came in. Instead, she started standing in the middle of her room, right next to her little wooden dress-up chest. She would stand there completely still, staring at the door, waiting for me. I assumed she was just growing up and becoming less afraid of the dark. I didn't think anything was wrong, not until last Tuesday. I went into her room around 10:30 p.m. The only light was her old bear-shaped nightlight. Chloe was waiting by the chest again, but this time she was still, not like a child at all, more like a statue pretending to be 5 years old. "Hey, Buck," I whispered as I walked in, ready for the Dolly song. She nodded, but the nod was stiff, slow, like mechanical. And then I noticed something even stranger. When she moved, her pajama pants didn't make a sound. They didn't drag against the carpet the way they always do. Nothing stirred, nothing shifted. Chloe is a messy, fidgety kid. She never stands that still. But I forced myself to ignore the tight feeling in my stomach. I walked over to the wooden chest and sat down, ready to sing. "Okay, come here," I said, patting my lap like always. The child didn't move. She just stared at me, her head tilted a little. Her eyes looked black in the dim light. "Chloe?" I asked. She answered in her usual sweet little voice, but it sounded wrong. It was too perfect, completely flat with no emotion and no breath. "Mommy, I'm good right here. Sing it now," she said. That's when I knew I needed to test her. I needed to see if this was my daughter. I needed to break the routine. I took a deep breath and started singing, but not Dolly song. I sang the lullaby my grandmother used to sing to me, a song I had never sung to Chloe before. "Sleep now, my dearest. The field grass is high." That is the song. The moment the first note came out of my mouth, the child by the chest screamed. It wasn't a normal scream, not scared, not angry. It sounded like wet fabric ripping apart. The scream didn't come from its mouth. It didn't even open its mouth. The sound filled the entire room, vibrating through the walls. I shot up so fast, I knocked over the wooden chest. It crashed against the wall with a loud bang. The thing stopped screaming. Its head snapped upward, and now it was smiling, a stretched, unnatural slit from cheek to cheek, far too wide for a human face. I backed toward the door, staring at the floor, expecting to see some kind of shadow underneath it. That's when I heard a different voice, a tiny, terrified voice, muffled, coming from somewhere else in the room. "Mommy, stop. Don't sing the wrong song. It gets mad." The voice came from under the bed. I didn't hesitate. I didn't look at the smiling thing by the chest. I didn't turn on the lamp. I dove to the floor and yanked the comforter away. Under the bed, curled in a tight ball, shaking and crying, was the real Chloe, my daughter. She smelled like dust and old wood. Her eyes were red from crying and her hand was covering her mouth. I grabbed her and pulled her out just as the floorboards creaked behind me. I ran for the door, holding Chloe tight. Before closing the door, I turned back one last time. The figure wasn't by the chest anymore. It was standing exactly where I had been sitting, by the overturned wooden box, and it had started to sing. It was singing Hushaby, Dolly, in my voice, but it was singing the lullaby backward. We slept in the car that night. The next morning, we moved out. I still can't listen to music, especially lullabies, and every time I walk into a room, I check the corners first just to make sure nothing is standing there, perfectly still, waiting for me to sing. Please like and subscribe for more stories.